All right, good day. Let's get into it. Bad Dreams, 1988, from writer director Andrew Fleming. There's some other screenwriters on board as well, but if the commentary is to be believed, great commentary on the Scream Factory release. If the commentary is to be believed, this is his brainchild, originally called Spirit, which he wrote in college. VHS still plays great too. I mean, this is can't believe it, man. These things hold up. Maybe it's the plastic case. But Bad Dreams was from producer Gail Ann Hurd, who I'm assuming, came across the script and thought, oh shit, we can sort of ride the coattails of the Nightmare on Elm Street fad that's going on right now and have a hit. So she took the script called Spirit, and I don't know if the scenes with the lead villain and his burned flesh were originally part of the concept from the beginning, but I'm sure that they they definitely highlighted that more in the final cut because Freddy was all the rage in the 1980s. I mean, kids were wearing Freddy pajamas, so everybody was desperate for a new franchise. Now, Dreams was never going to be a franchise. Just because, as Jennifer Rubin mentions in the special features here, it deals with suicide, and it's hard to make 6, 7, 8, infinite amount of films about kids killing themselves. But the plot is very much like Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Warriors 3, and here's where it gets tricky because I know the script was, well, reportedly written before that, but it's very similar. A group of young kids in a hospital having visions of a burned guy, and they begin to get picked off one by one. Now, the interesting thing about this is the whole Jonestown slant to it, which isn't exactly fair. I mean, if you look into Jonestown, it's clear the majority of those people didn't go willingly. I mean, a lot of them drank the Kool-Aid because there were machine guns pointed at them and their children. So now that we have more information, with Google and whatnot, the whole drinking the Kool-Aid thing isn't quite as pertinent. But in the mid 80s, it was pretty potent. Richard Lynch plays a Jonestown type of character who talks a secluded hippie commune into committing mass suicide. They all set themselves on fire. One girl, played by Jennifer Rubin, amazing performance here, manages to escape and winds up in a coma after the explosion, after the fire, and years later has to deal with his ghost returning and hunting these other people in the hospital. And there's some twists and turns that go on with that. The cast here is phenomenal, and I'm really surprised that more people don't talk about this movie more. I mean, it's got, with as many of my friends love Summer School, I've got so many friends who are like, Summer School, yeah, come on, Bad Dreams, Dean Cameron. This is like the best role of his career. You got Jennifer Rubin, obviously, I just mentioned. She says in the special features here, straight up, that she's a bad actress. That's bullshit. She's amazing. Jennifer Rubin is amazing in this. Bruce Abbott, obviously, from the Reanimator films and some other things, and Richard Lynch, who is playing the baddie here, which is, you got to hand it to actors, man. He has some horrible scars in real life from being a burn victim, and he plays a very, very scary burned villain with makeup that, quite honestly, to me, is better than some of the Freddy films. Not all of them, but some of them. I would put this makeup over the makeup in, say, Nightmare on Elm Street 5, Freddy's Dead, maybe a couple of the others. It's really good makeup on this guy. It looks like he's been torched. Like shit just dangling, hanging off. Looks disgusting. The score from Jay Ferguson here is phenomenal. In fact, got the soundtrack handmade because it's quite pricey to buy. Used out of print. Great 80s slasher. Very, very, very creepy, bloody 80s slasher. I suppose it's written off as a Freddy ripoff, which in a way it is. But I highly recommend it for anybody who is a fan of the genre and hasn't seen this. Fun fact, James Cameron was an editor on this. He's not credited, but because Gail Ann Hurd was involved and they had a thing going on, he was there on set and had final cut on this movie. So there you go. Bad Dreams, 1988. One of my favorites. Thanks for watching Blue City Reviews. I'll talk to you soon, I'm sure. Time!